Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review, and this time I'm looking at the new reissue of David Bowie's first album from 1967. So before I go on, let's have a look at the vinyl set and also the CD. So this is David Bowie's first album from 1967, and I've got this on vinyl and on CD. So I'm just showing you very quickly the difference between the two packages if you're undecided where to go. So it's a Deluxe 2024 issue of the 1967 debut album, bonus full-length EP with additional recordings as well, printed on limited edition cream and green vinyl. So now I've told you that, I can probably remove that so you can have a look at the record properly. So it's a gatefold sleeve with the credits on the right hand side, and on the back of all the track listings there is a difference between the CD and the vinyl, but only by 2 tracks. So I'll show you the first inner sleeve, which is here. It's got the original press release on the one side and a picture of David on the other. I'll show you what the records look like. So that's the colour, green and cream. They're not polyline sleeves, but I shall put this in a protective inner sleeve myself. And in the last one has the story of the album on one side, with again kind of contemporary press release on the other, and again the record is in this green and cream design. So that is the vinyl side. The CD folds out into 2 panels. There are different photographs, and there are more photographs in the CD set, and the CDs are kept at the left and right ends of this, and the little booklet is in the middle. The same story, but it's easier to read in a way. You can see here there's memorabilia, there's more photographs, pictures of singles, which you don't get with the vinyl, and then credits of who plays on what and how it was put together. So the difference in the tracks is basically, and if I can show you this, I might do this in the summary instead. This CD1 is basically everything off the first album, and then sides 3 and 4, there is a difference in that there are 14 tracks on the vinyl album and there are 16 on the CD version. Anyway, I'll tell you what I think about the sound and everything right now. So there you go. A quick look at the 2 packages available for David Bowie's first album, which came out originally in 1967. So it's 2 CD or a double vinyl. Now there's 2 tracks different. So you get 2 extra tracks on this that you don't get on the vinyl, but it's another version of The Laughing Gnome, and also Sell Me a Coat, which is a remix from Mono. So apart from that, these are identical. But as you can see, the packages are different. So if you're into vinyl, then you're not going to get as many photographs, but you do get your cream and green stuff, and it sounds wonderful. For me personally, the CD wins because the booklet seems to have more detail, more memorabilia, more pictures of singles and stuff, and pictures, and I just like that kind of thing. But if you're a vinyl fan, then you'll probably be just pleased with that. And I know a lot of people in the Facebook group, when they saw this was coming out, got really excited and said this will be my release of the year before they even saw it or heard it. So what does it sound like? I think it sounds fantastic, and the reason I say that is it's a period of Bowie's history that I don't know as well, and a lot of the songs remind me of early Pink Floyd, really whimsical. The production, there's some music from the 90s and 80s that sounds older than this. I think there's an innocence to the way that things got recorded then, and also, David Bowie was trying to find his way forwards. I mean, it says in the notes, because David Bowie, obviously, it was 5 years later when he started to actually break through, and I think he kind of dismissed this period, and obviously Decca thinking, ooh, what could we do with this? And the Laughing Gnome reappeared. he says that he didn't know if he was Max Miller or Elvis Presley. I think he wasn't quite sure who he needed to be, but he was kind of both, wasn't he? And he was also really into Anthony Newley. So that kind of phrasing and that kind of Mockney accent he has on some of the songs. And some of the music is about childhood. It's about the war, and it's very observational. It's very clever. But I really liked it. But look, listen to this. Some of the people who are on this, Tony Visconti obviously is involved. John McLaughlin on lead guitar. CD2 on tracks 8, 9 and 12. Who knew? Herbie Flowers. Who else is on it? Alan White. Quite a few different people. And it sounds really, really good. It doesn't say who's behind the sound on this, but just you have to kind of take my word for it, really. It sounds marvellous. And those of you who've already got it, because it's out, no doubt know exactly what I mean. Some of David Bowie's music, I've heard it so much that I know it so well that I really enjoyed this more than I thought I would. And it's interesting listening to the story behind what was going on here, because the album came out, it didn't sell. No one quite knew what to do with David Bowie. So he went straight back into the studio and started recording new singles to come out come out quite soon after this. And they didn't work, and he was dropped. And The Laughing Gnome, I was going to find that actually for this video. I've got that on a single on the D-Ram Decca label. I bought it when I was at school. I'm probably one of the few people that really liked The Laughing Gnome. I played it this morning, and I don't think Sue quite understood it, which is fair enough. But there's some great rhymes. How many things you can rhyme with gnome? It's pretty clever. But on here also is Space Oddity. Love You Till Tuesday, as it was originally called, a full-length version in mono, 4 minutes and 31 seconds. So that was the point when Decca dropped the ball, literally, not knowing quite what to do with Mr. Bowie. If you are a David Bowie fan, I would say this is on your shopping list already, because, as I said, there's quite a few people in the Facebook group who got really excited when they saw this, and you are not going to be disappointed with how any of this sounds. And the CD2, or sides 3 and 4, there is nothing on here that sounds below standard or isn't essential. And what I really like also, kind of thing about the times, and all these songs are coming together. David Bowie's vision, wanting he's doing his kind of string arrangements. He's 19 years of age here. And the engineers, again, all young kids, had to get an observer's book of musical glossary to know how to talk to the session musicians and brass players and string players, because they didn't know how to communicate. There really was that cultural divide, a generation gap of people that played classical instruments to the pop world, where they just looked at each other as if, who are you? And that's in the booklet as well. But there is that kind of really lush 60s string floating amongst the songs, and they're very visual. Even at this stage, Bowie's lyricism is just wonderful. So that is David Bowie's first album, 1967, available all these years later in a great pack, 2 CDs or double vinyl album. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for buying the t-shirts and the mugs as well. And you can become a Patron or YouTube member and get access to all of my content before it goes out to the general public, only some stuff that never does. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please take care, keep spinning those discs, and I'll see you all very, very soon.